Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain the chapter that is the moody earth. In moody earth we will first understand about the different phenomena because of the different moods of the earth we can say happened, and that's our earthquake, water fury, then storms, thunderstorms or even cyclones, drought, flood, tsunami, what type of things we have faced. So this is the first thing that we are going to discuss about the earthquake. When two different plates come towards each other, like see this arrow comes towards each other and collide between two, have a collision, then there is a vibration occur, and that vibration when spread around the nearby area, it's create and called as a earthquake. In earthquake, when it is originated inside of the earth, when the point, the origin of the earthquake is called as focus, and exactly 90 degree, exactly above the 90 degree, where in the over the surface of the earth, the same point as called is epicenter, and then it is spread out to different areas. The epicenter is the most damaging part because it exact direct above the focus, so the intensity of the earthquake is very much high in epicenter. Now with the help of Richter scale we can identify the and we can even measure the intensity of any earthquake. The scale is from 1 to 10, and this Richter scale is situated in a machine called seismograph. In this Richter scale, 1 to 3 is a low damaging or low type of or less intensity type of earthquake, whereas if the Richter scale shows between 4 to 5 or 5.5, even 6 for a fraction of seconds, then we can call it as a moderate earthquake. When it's above 6, it is a damaging earthquake, a most dangerous earthquake which can damage a lot of area. The instrument we use to measure where this Richter scale was situated is called as seismograph. This is the machine which records the intensity plus the duration of the earthquake. Next we will understand about the water fury. Water fury happen in a rainy period when a river can't hold the large amount of water which comes because of the heavy rainfall. It's over flooded the river banks because of the extra river water. It's flooded the river banks or the area near the river. It overflows their banks. Any small rivers, or any bigger rivers like Brahmaputra, Ganga. That surrounded area submerged, flooded, the houses, crops damaged. The people of that area faced many difficulties at that time. Many people, even livestock, homes have lost their life. Thousands have big people become homeless. So this type of phenomena we call it as a water fury. The main reason of this water fury, this is the picture. Main reason of the water fury is just because of the heavy rainfall over a huge river. Sometimes it can create other problems, like because the area is submerged, they don't have a proper food, medicine or clothing or shelter. That's time the government should help them with these things. The electricity and the transport communication will also cut off because of the heavy flooded area. Drinking water, all the areas is submerged with the dirty river water. That's why there is a scarcity of drinking water, and whatever the drinking water available, it get contaminated with the dirty river water, and it can create different diseases like cholera, typhoid, diarrhea and malaria. Many animals died because of hunger, because of the food and not proper availability of water. West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh or Bihar, these three area is very flood prone area, where West Bengal is mainly flood prone because of the Damodar river. Uttar Pradesh and Bihar also. Assam is also a flooded area because of Brahmaputra. Is very flooded area. Now how this flood occur? Beside this river, Another thing, another reasons beside this over heavy rainfall, another some reasons are responsible for flood, like cyclone, tsunami in coastal areas. So in coastal areas, the floods mainly because of the tsunami and cyclones. Beside in a riverbank area, beside heavy rainfall, if a dam collapsed, or a dam, that means the any dam which is holding the water in a river, if it is break down, collapsed, or sometime if they release a lot of water, which can affect, if the dam release a lot of water, it can affect the riverbank areas also. Even sudden melting of mountain snow also add a unwanted extra water to the river, which create this type of flood. Next, we will understand about the giant waves, which we called as a tsunami. In 2004, it was a tsunami in our India. We faced it, okay, and this tsunami is a huge wave above 10 to 12 meter, even up to it's depend of. Mainly the reason of the tsunami is also earthquake. When earthquake happen in a oceanic bed, when the two plates are collide, have a collision in under the ocean, then it create a huge vibration, and because of that vibration, the waves become have a huge height, and with a huge force it attack the sea beach or the coastal areas. So tsunami are series of waves, not a single wave. It's a series of waves that are caused because of the underwater earthquake that I have told you, or the landslide, or the volcanic eruption also. If the landslide happen in a sea area, or if a volcanic eruption in an island when the surrounded area is sea, so that is, these waves travels at a great speed, cause widespread damage. Okay, it also a warning system we had right now in various areas because of the tsunami. Okay, mainly some regions which are mostly tsunami prone are Japan, Chile, Indonesia, China, Sri Lanka, India, and all these area around have a excess of seawater. The Pacific tsunami warning system is based on Honolulu, Hawaii. Okay, it monitors in Honolulu, Hawaii. It monitors the seismic activity. If there is any vibration in the ocean area, it directly analyze that, and if there is a risk of tsunami, they alert the people around it. Where it is, the tsunami warning system, Honolulu in Hawaii. Okay. Now we will understand about the another phenomena, that is cracked or past earth. You can see here the height of tsunami can go up to 100 feet, and it can come at a speed of 800 km per hour. It's a huge speed. Now cracked and past earth, we will discuss about this. It's exactly the drought situation, when there is a scarcity of rainfall, or the monsoon is late, because of that the rainy season haven't come yet, and it is a humid area where temperature is high. That area, because of the lack of the rainfall, if there is no rainfall during the monsoon, what will happen? The land areas will feel the scarcity of water. It will become a dry land, like our skin. When it is a winter season, our skin get cracked, because if we don't put any moisturizer in the skin, like that the land get cracked if there is no water. Okay, that time without water, the crops are not going to there will no growth in the crops. The farmers are the most affected one, and become the because they sometimes die because of hunger, because of this type. Extreme poverty, as 30,000 farmers have committed suicide in the last decades, because there was no pump system, which without rainfall there is no other source of water in the crop fields. If they had a pump system, then it will help them in this situation when there is no rain. So which states are mostly drought prone? Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan are the more drought prone. If you can see, These are the most drought prone. Well, a large number of area is affected because of the shortage of the food, then that is called famine, and the shortage of the food is the result of drought. Now we will discuss about the wild winds, which we also call as a cyclone. Okay, cyclone mainly come to either in coastal areas or from coast areas to the land areas, and it's because of the it's accompanied with cyclones. What we can see, heavy rainfall and huge speed of air. Okay, this coastal area get also flooded because of these cyclones. These cyclones are mainly originated in the mid-oceanic area because of the high temperature. It absorbs all the water vapors, and the winds come in a circling motion and started to go towards the land and strike the land with a great speed. Okay, this also have with the high waves. It's also adjoined with the high waves called tidal waves. At that time, we need some NGOs and government agencies which will help the victims, those who are affected by this type of natural calamity like cyclones. Like recently, Amphan cyclone hit West Bengal. Because of that, the South Bengal are the most affected one. Many people in Sundarban area, many people in Digha, Puri, even the Kolkata get affected by this type of cyclone. And for a week they don't have electricity, for a week they don't have. Every year in Sundarban area they affected by this cyclone. Now we will understand about the volcanic eruption. Fire in the belly of whom? Of earth. This is the. Now volcano is a vent, an opening. This is the open joint between a mountain and the earth inside itself. When inside of the earth there is a storage under the asthenosphere, where they have a semi liquid or a jelly type of liquid type of thing, which we call it as a magma. It was melting. It's a molten form of all the minerals. Then it's with the force, and because of the heat, it's come directly from the interior of the earth and get with the burst. It's come out of this mountain mouth. This is called volcano. This type of activity called volcanic eruption. The mouth, it is coming out. The pipe which joining is called as a vent. Okay. Then beside this magma, what things are come? The hot magma, molten rock inside the earth, volcanic ash also come. Gases escape from the hot interior of the earth. Okay. When it is inside of the earth, we call it as a magma. But when exactly it is come outside of the earth, and that time we call it the same thing as a lava. Inside of the earth magma, outside of the earth lava. Okay. The volcanic has eruption cool down and become a hollow crater. Okay, that when it is created as a come out and cools down, and a bowl shape of hole, like a bowl shape, this hole is called as a crater. Now volcanoes are found mostly in Pacific area. Can you see this picture? This is a Pacific. It is called as a Pacific ring of fire. We call it as a Pacific ring of fire because it's kind of a ring. Why it is ring of fire? Because all this area is joined with volcanoes. That's why this kind of a ring, this ring we call this a ring of fire. Fire means volcano. Okay. How many types of this Pacific ring of fire? At least have 452 volcanoes, and all of the 75% volcanoes of world which are active, those which are having volcanic eruption still, these are present in where? This ring of fire. Now how many types of volcanoes we have? We have dormant volcano, we have extinct volcano, and we have active volcano. What is dormant volcano? Dormant volcano means it's this type of volcano. That means this type of volcano, there is no volcanic eruption in recent year, but there is a chance and possibility it could get erupt. So It is, we can also call it a sleeping volcano, or it's a sleep mountain volcano. That means it's sleeping. Right now its condition is sleeping. It could, there is a possibility of volcanic eruption from this type of volcano called Mount Fuji in Japan is also an example of dormant volcano or inactive. It's not active. Now extinct volcano. When a volcano which has been dormant more than 10,000 years, that means it not even erupted more than 10,000 years. Definitely there it's not active. It's extinct. There is, that means this volcano will not erupt ever. Okay, that like Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, Mount Popa in Myanmar, these mountains will not have any volcanic eruption in future. Active volcano means, an active volcano, it is often, that means in every 20 or 10 years there is a process for the volcanic eruption, and it creates huge destruction. What are the example? Mount Erebus in Antarctica, Barren Island in Andaman Nicobar. It is the one and only volcanic island volcano in India. What is the volcano in India? If anyone asks, Barren Island is the India's volcanic volcano. These volcanoes are constantly eject lava. Every now 2-3 years, or after every 5, 4 or 10 years, during, or even after 20 years or 30 years, it's also get erupted. This the 3 types of volcanoes we have. This chapter has finished. Please read these word meanings which are very important: tectonic plates, focus, epicenter, Richter scale, cyclone, tsunami, drought and famine. I hope you understand this chapter well. Thank you.